Football Scoreboard on WQSB, the most listened to scoreboard in the state. Here's your host, Jeff Allen.
And welcome back to the Rhoades High School Football Scoreboard. As we go back to the telephone, and joining us now is DAR Patriot head football coach Bobby Rhoades. Good evening, Coach. Welcome into Scoreboard, and congratulations to your Patriots tonight. 35-9 winners there at home against Good Hope that put you in the playoffs. Congratulations, Coach. Are you there, Coach Rhoades?
Have really worked hard. You know, this is a great reward for them. You know, I talked to them in the locker room before the game that in high school there's nothing better than November football. And these kids tonight earned a chance to play football in November, and I couldn't be prouder of it.
Coach, 6-2 on the year. As I scan back, you've got a chance to really set the bar high to get the most wins in school history with this football team. Now, you've got Priceville coming up and Brindley Mountain coming up, but that's something to be proud of for you and this football team of what you've accomplished so far this year.
Well, that was, you know, our kids set goals before the year, and they wanted to be the best team in the history of the school. That was something that our kids set as a goal for themselves, that they wanted to, you know, to be the team that set the standard for all the teams that would come after. And, you know, that's something that's meant a lot to them, and they've worked really, really hard to try to get, you know, to that point. And we're right up on the verge of it. You know, we need one more win. We've got some tough games left, but, you know, it's really exciting, you know, where we were this time last year, you know, to see, you know, how hard our kids have worked, how hard our coaching staff has worked. And the kids are starting to see, you know, just how good we can be. You know, DAR is a young program. We haven't had football very long, and you know, it's you know, our kids have wanted to make their mark, and you know, we talked about that today, you know, at our pregame meal about leaving your mark and doing something special. And I couldn't be proud of our kids because they really have done some outstanding things this year.
Well, Coach, I want to talk about I know that's leaders of this football team, two seniors, and that's T.J. Steele and Dalton Parks. Every time I seem to pick up the paper and read a story on DAR about your game, those two kids are making big plays for the Patriots.
And they have, and they've been our go-to guys on offense all year. And they really, you know, seem to have a knack for making big plays when we really need them to. You know, Dalton made some nice runs tonight, you know, got us on the board, you know, with some nice touchdown runs to give us some cushion in the first half. And you know, last week at Locust Fork, now, I mean, when the game was on the line, he made some of the best runs I've seen a high school kid make, just where he just wouldn't be denied. You know, TJ is our quarterback, you know, he's a great runner. You know, when you can line those two up next to each other in the backfield, they're both a threat, you know, it puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And TJ is like Dalton. I know in the Westminster game a few weeks ago, he had an 87-yard touchdown run or 93-yard touchdown run that really broke the game open and gave us a little bit of a cushion when things had gotten tight. And TJ played well tonight, made some really nice passes. You know, we've been trying to work on expanding our passing game a little bit. He made some nice throws tonight, had a couple big runs, you know, had a great touchdown run early in the second half to really kind of put things away. And those two give us, you know, there's a lot of things we can do with them, and they're such threats on both the outside and the inside run of football. They're pound for pound two of our strongest kids on the team. Incredibly fast, but run the ball strong inside between the tackles, and you know they're both kids that have really shown significant improvement, you know, in the time that I've been here, and a lot of that comes to the work ethic that they put in the offseason.
Well, Coach Rhoades, this is Phil Harris. I want to talk a little bit about you. I heard the interview before your game tonight where your dad coached at Troy. You spent some time coaching in college. Was at Grissom at one time, and then, of course, the job cuts made you have to go back to Birmingham, and then you get the job at DAR. But you have to be thrilled with ending up in Grant, Alabama, because this DAR football program is a whole lot better off since you've been there. You've done an outstanding job. Even though you've bounced around a little bit, but I'm sure the folks out there are thrilled to have you in Grant.
Well, the community of Grant has welcomed me and my family with open arms. You know, they've really made this place a home for us. And, you know, when I got a chance to be a head coach again, you know, I looked at a lot of places and, you know, there was something special I could tell right away. So the first time I set foot in this community and interviewed with Mr. Anderton about this job, and you know, the chance to build something when you go somewhere where football is relatively new, you know, you get a chance to really build things from the ground up, and that's what was so appealing to me. And I think we're starting to see some real excitement for football in this community. I know the basketball tradition, you know, at DAR, and we've got an outstanding program, and that's always been such a big part of DAR athletics. But people are really starting to get excited up here about football, and the community has been so supportive. You know, we had our dedication week this week where we had ladies from the DAR from all across the country that had come into our school, and a bunch of them were talking about how excited they were for our football program. And, you know, it really is a unique place, a really special place. You know, we talk to our kids about the virtues of patriotism and honoring country. You don't find that in a lot of public schools anywhere anymore. And I couldn't be prouder to be a patriot, and I'm so proud to call Grant home. And I can't say enough nice things about the way this community has opened their arms to my family and has embraced what we're trying to do with our football program.
Well, Coach, it sounds like you're a class act, and I hope we can keep you around this area for a long time.
Well, I sure hope so too. It's been wonderful to be a part of what's going on with this program and to work at a wonderful school like DAR, and I get to coach some. I tell you what, now I could tell you a lot about the kids I get to coach, and I got so many great and wonderful special kids. You know, you mentioned Dalton and TJ, but you know the kids on our defense, guys like Alex Prickett and Seth Warren and Alex Stegley, you know, really have played. You know, Good Hope, you know, scored 63 points on us last year, and we gave up 9 tonight. And our defensive kids, you know, sometimes they get overshadowed a little bit, but I can't say enough about what they've done, you know, to help improve our program. And I appreciate you letting me mention a few of those names because they really have been outstanding.
Well, 6-2, Coach, a 35-9 win over Good Hope. We want to congratulate you and your staff, obviously the football team, for their work this year. You got a big one next week. You got an unbeaten team coming to Grant. Should be one of the biggest games that's ever played over there on the field at Grant.
Well, our kids are already excited. You know, once, you know, business is taken care of tonight, the kids are already talking about it. They're excited. You know, Priceville's got a great football team, and, you know, their quarterback's something special. You know, you get some crossover when you get tape, when you play a team. You know, we've seen Priceville on tape a few times. And, you know, really in a lot of ways, he reminds me, you know, my father coached Tyler Watts when he was in high school down at Pelham. And there's some things about that young man that remind me a lot about Tyler. Great thrower, very dangerous on the move, strong runner, tough kid. Good pocket presence. I mean, he's an outstanding football player, and he's not the only one. I mean, they've got a lot of really, really good football players on that team. And you know, I told our kids that we need to embrace the challenge. That this would be a great opportunity for our program. You know, to turn some heads, and we're excited about the opportunity to go up against such a great football team next Friday night.
Should be a great.
And I hope the people in Grant will come out. I sure hope to see a big, huge crowd next Friday night. I hope those fans on the home side are overflowing.
Well, as Coach, they should be. It's going to be a great game next week. And, hey, we appreciate you taking a few minutes to visit with us tonight after a 35-9 win over Good Hope. Thanks a lot.
Guys, I appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
That's Coach Bobby Rhoades, the DAR Patriots, winners tonight, and they'll be the 4th seed out of 4A region, 7-11-23. When we come back, Phil and I are